السلام عليكم، أهلا وسهلا ومرحبا بك. ذهبت عائشة إلى المدرسة. عائشة طالبة. These two sentences, no doubt they are different. Let's first look at the meaning of each of the sentence. The first one says ذهبت عائشة إلى المدرسة. Aisha went to the school. The second one says Aisha is a student. The difference we can spot here is that these two sentences begin in different way, and the beginning of every sentence in the Arabic language plays serious role in the formation and also the grammatical function of each of them. The first one begins with a verb, which is the dhahabat that you see there, while the second one begins with Aishatu, which is a noun. So from this we can conclude that the first sentence is a verbal sentence. In the Arabic language we call it Jumlatun Fa'iliyya, verbal sentence. The second sentence is also Jumlatun Ismiya, which is the nominal sentence because it begins with a noun. Now let's leave the verbal sentence aside because we have discussed both of them in a separate episode link placed above. Today we want to look at the nominal sentence and bring out some lessons. All nominal sentences have a noun at the beginning, and this noun is called or are called the al-mubtada. That is the noun which begins the nominal sentence. When we have a nominal sentence, the basic formation is that we would have the nominal noun, which is the mubtada, and we also have the khabar. And the example is very clear here. Aishatu talibatun. The word Aisha is the mubtada and the talibatun is the khabar. What is khabar? It simply means predicate, because even in the English language the predicate gives us more information about the noun. So when I say Aishatu, there is no information here. The moment I added Talibatun, there is a complete information. Aisha is a student. Now in the last episode link placed above, we discussed that this khabar, this predicate, sometimes may not appear just as a single word. Before that, let me give you an example from the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Luqman, chapter 31, verse 1, that what tilka ayatullahi. The word tilka here, as you can see, that is also an ismun, which is a noun in the Arabic, tilka. Now, ayatu that we can see, ayatullahi, that is the khabar, predicate. Allah also says in the same Surah Al-Luqman that what? Hadha khalqullah. This is the creation of Allah. The word hadha, it is what? The noun, the mubtada. Why khalqullah is the khabar. Allah also says in the Quran, Allahu nuru samawati. Allah is the light of the heaven, wal ard, and the earth. So Allah there is also the mubtada. Nuru samawati is the khabar. And there are a lot of other verses that will come across as we move on in this lesson. Now the discussion previously was that the khabar, the predicate, as we have here, Aisha to talibatun, sometimes the taliba may not just be a single word. We said the predicate could appear as a nominal sentence on its own, meaning as a jumlatun ismiya, also beginning with a noun. Sometimes the predicate, the khabar, could also appear as a verbal sentence, which is the what? The jumlatun fa'iliyya. An example for the two. Let's consider these sentences. I can say Aliyun kitabuhu jamilun. Can you see? Aliyun kitabuhu jamilun. Aliyun here is the mubtada. The noun which begins the sentence, no doubt about it. But kitabuhu jamilun. Kitabuhu jamilun. His book is fine. Meaning Ali's book is fine. So here kitabuhu jamilun. This is the what? The khabar, the predicate. Because it is giving us more information about Ali. That Ali that you know, his book is beautiful. So here, the khabar here is coming as a nominal sentence. Now, the one that has verbal sentence as the khabar is an example of that. I can say, Aliyun yadhabu ilal bayti. Ali is going home. So, Ali here is coming as the mubtada now, while the yadhabu ilal bayti, he's going to the house, is the what? The verbal sentence, which is serving as the khabar. We also said all this, we have said it in the previous episode. We also said that the khabar could also sometimes appear as what? Shibhul Jumla. That is the like of a sentence, not the complete sentence, rather it looks like a sentence. And when we say anything look like a sentence, it comes in two ways. The first one is that this look alike or this look like sentence form could be a jarrun or majrur. That is a preposition and the noun which follows. Or it could also be dharfun, which is what? Either dharf zaman or dharf makan, that is adverb of time or adverb of place. The example for the first one, I can say Aliyun fil bayti. Ali is at home. So the fil bayti there is jarrun or majrur, preposition and the noun. This is not a complete sentence, but it is also coming as khabar because it is also giving us more information about Ali. The second example, I can say Aliyun fawqa shajarati. Ali is on top of the tree. The word fawqa there is the khabar because it is what? Dharfun, which is a look like a sentence form. Now, having gotten these basics, that the khabar, the predicate of a sentence, could be a single word, it could be a nominal sentence, it could be a verbal sentence, it could be a preposition plus the noun, it could also be an adverb. Now, we have learned previously an nawasikh, words which could affect this mubtada and khabar. And we talked majorly about two. The first one we talked about was the kana wa akhawatuha, kana and his subordinates or his sisters, where I told you that the word kana sometimes could be introduced into a nominal sentence. Like when I have the sentence Aliyun talibun, Ali is a student. I could decide to introduce the word kana into it and simply say kana Aliyun taliban. Ali was a student. What has the kana done? Kana has made the word Aliyun as a word to be in the nominal state, carrying dhamma. While it has changed the talibun originally to what? Taliban. This is the work of kana. It makes, that's why we have kana wa kana Allahu ghafuran rahima. Originally it was Allahu, we have wallahu ghafurun rahimun, ghafurun, wallahu ghafurun. But when kana enters into it, it becomes kana Allahu ghafuran. So it means that the khabar, the predicate, will have to change its ending into fatha. This is the work of kana. And we said on this type of work, or on this function, not only kana as a word, there are other words that we call the subordinates or the sisters of kana, because if they are introduced into a nominal sentence, they perform the same function. And we said among these words, we have the kana, we have sora, we have laysa, we have asbaha, we have amsa, we have dhalla, we have adaha. All of these words, if you see them before a nominal sentence, they do the same thing that the kana does. Now, another type of nawasikh that also has a function with the nominal sentence or with the khabar and mubtada, it is the inna and its sisters also. The word inna, if it is also introduced into a nominal sentence having a mubtada and khabar, what the inna does is that it does exactly the opposite of kana. Since we had the word Aliyun talibun, Ali was a student. When I introduced kana to it, it became kana Aliyun taliban. Okay, let's introduce inna into this. It will not be inna Aliyun talibun again, rather it will be inna Aliyan talibun. This is very clear. This shows that while kana will change the khabar, the predicate, into carrying fatha, inna will change the mubtada, the noun, into carrying fatha. That's why we have kana Aliyun taliban and inna Aliyan taliban. In the Quran you see wa kana Allahu ghafuran, while you will see inna Allaha ghafurun. Totally opposite. Kana Allahu, Allah here is coming with dhamma, while inna Allaha, Allah is the one that will come with fatha. Ghafurun will come after the inna, while ghafurun if it is kana. This is very easy. And in this function, inna also has its own sisters and subordinates. These subordinates, we have inna, we have anna, we have lakinna, we have ka'anna, we have later, and we have la'alla. All of these, they perform the same function. Now, we have said that khabar, the predicate of a sentence, could simply be a single word or a sentence, as we have explained shortly. What if in the same sentence that inna or kana or any of the sisters have been introduced? Can such a sentence also have the khabar, the predicate, which comes as a sentence, or which comes as a zarfun, or which comes as a jar majrur? Of course. And that is the topic of discussion today. When we come back to our book An-Nahwu al-Wadih, here we have the topic Khabar Nawasikh hina yakunu jumlatan aw shibha jumlatin. The predicates of the following, the words which we have mentioned, inna wa akhawatuha and kana wa akhawatuha. They are predicates when these predicates are coming as either sentences or they are coming as look alike. They look like sentences, but they are not. And we have lots of examples here. Let's consider them. Here we have first one, kana al-maridu yata'allamu. The sick was feeling pain. The sick person was feeling pain. So you can see kana is there, al-maridu is the mubtada, then the khabar now is a verb. It's a verbal sentence, yata'allamu. He's feeling pain. So this khabar is a verb. Number two, we have kana shita'u baruduhu shadidun. The winter, the cold of the winter, its cold was severe, meaning the cold of the winter was severe. So here, ashita'u is the mubtada, baruduhu is the what? Baruduhu shadidun, that is the khabar. But here the khabar is coming as also a nominal sentence. Can you see? Because it is the noun that begins the what? The khabar, the predicate. Number three, we have kana al-ma'u fil kubi. The water was in the cup. So you can see al-ma'u is the mubtada, fil kubi in the cup. The in the cup there, it is the khabar. But here the khabar is what? Fi and al-kub, and fi is a preposition, a harf jarrin, and al-kub is ismun majrur. So fil kubi is the khabar. The same thing we have kana al-harisu khalf al-babi. The security man or the watcher was behind the door. So you can see khalfa there is what? A zarfun, an adverb of place. And it is the one serving as the what? As the khabar. This is very easy. Number five, we have asbaha ta'iru yughanni. The bird wakes up singing, or the bird at the time of the morning was singing. So you can see asbaha is among the subordinates and sisters of what? Kana. They have the same rule. So the word yughanni is the khabar, but in verbal form. Asbaha al-wardu ra'ihatuhu jamila. The rose during the time of morning is scent was beautiful. So ra'ihatuhu jamila, this is a nominal sentence serving as khabar. We have asbaha tallu fawqa al-azhar. The dew by the time of the morning was on top of the flowers. So fawqa here is also coming as what? As zarfun. Before then we have asbaha al-kaslanu fi hiratin. That is the lazy person wakes up in doubt, fi hiratin. So fi there is harfu jarrin and hira is ismun majrur. Coming to number 9 now with the inna and its also sisters. The first sentence we have what? Innal mujidda yanfa'u nafsahu. Verily, the hard-working person benefits himself. So after inna, we have the mubtada. Then the khabar here is what? Yanfa'u nafsahu. Yanfa'u there is the verbal sentence. Number 10, we have innal walada zinatuhul adabu. Indeed, the boy, his beauty, his adornment and beautification is his mannerism. So you can say zinatuhul adabu. The zinatuhul adabu, that is a nominal sentence, jumlatun ismiya, serving as the predicate. Coming here, innal haya'a minal imani. Indeed, modesty is among the faith, is part of faith. Modesty, shyness is part of faith. So you can see al-haya is serving as the mubtada, minal imani is jarur majrur, which is the khabar. Then we have innal hukma ba'da tajriba. Indeed, the judgment, the conclusion is after the experiment. So you can see innal hukma. Then ba'da here is the word, the zarufun, which is serving as the khabar. We have another sister of inna, which is la'alla. We have la'alla al-ghaiba ya'udu. Perhaps the absent person will return. So ya'udu is the khabar. We have la'alla al-imtihana as'ilatuhu sahla. Perhaps the examination, its questions will be easy. So as'ilatuhu sahla, you can see this is a nominal sentence serving as khabar. Next we have la'alla Muhammadan fil manzili. Perhaps Muhammad is in the house. So fil manzili, jarur majrur, serving as what? The khabar. Lastly we have la'alla al-mibrata fawqa al-kursi. Perhaps the eraser, perhaps the sharpener is on top of the chair. So fawqa is also zarufun. So from these examples, you have seen that when we use inna and kana with the mubtada and khabar, and the khabar is coming as a sentence the way it appears, or if the khabar is coming as the like of a sentence, the way it will appear, because the khabar will not now follow the normal rule that we know, that the khabar of kana will be changed to carry fatha, and that of inna will change to carry dhamma. This khabar, they will maintain their own formation, like yata'allamu. It will not be what? Innal marido, kana al marido yata'allama. It will not be that. It will still be yata'allamu, because this is a verb. Now let's come to al-bahthu, research and explanation given by the writer of this book. He says, Arafta fi darisin qabla hadha. You know from the previous lesson, anna khabar al-mubtada, that the predicate of a noun, kama yakunu mufradan, just as it could be a single word, yakunu jumlatan, it could also be a sentence, wa shibha jumla, or look like sentence. وَإِذَا بَحَثْتَ فِي هَذِهِ الْأَمْثِلَةِ. He says, and if you search through the examples which we have just read out, عَلَى النَّحْوِ الَّذِي رَسَمْنَاهُ, in the way we arrange it, في الدرس السابق, in the past lesson, عَرَفْتَ أَنَّ خَبَرَ كَانَ, you will see that the khabar of the word kana and the khabar of the word asbaha wa khabar inna wa la'alla, and the khabar, the predicate of inna and la'alla, kama yakunu kullun minhuma mufradan, as each of them could be a single word, yakunu jumlatan, they could also be sentences, wa shibha jumlatin, and even look like sentence. Wa qad iqtasarna ala fi'layn, and we have just choose two verbs only, min kana wa akhwatuha, from kana and his sisters. You know, kana has a lot of sisters, but the writer only choose kana and asbaha and left the remaining. Wa ala harfain, and also choose two particles, min inna wa akhwatiha, from inna and his sisters. You know, inna, there are also many, but you know, it only choose inna and la'alla. لأنك تستطيع أن تقيس عليها بقية الأفعال والحروف الناسخة. He says he did this because you can, based on what he has given you, now use any of the sisters of kana and inna. Now we have the rule. The rule says al-qawaid khabaru kana wa akhawatuha. The predicate of kana and his sisters, wa khabaru inna wa akhawatuha, and the predicate of inna and his sisters, kama yakunu kullun minhuma mufradan, just as each of them could be a single word, yakunu jumlatan fa'iliyya, they could also be a verbal sentence, wa jumlatan ismiya, and the khabar could also appear as a nominal sentence, وشبه جملة, and even the like of a sentence. Now, having understood this, let's solve these short exercises in order for us to be rest assured that we understood the topic perfectly. The first exercise, تمرين الأول, the instruction says بين نوع أخبار كان وأخواتها وإن وأخواتها في العبارة الآتية. You are to indicate and explain the type of predicates which comes with what? Kana and his sisters, and inna and his sisters in the following expression. The expression says Kana nasu. Let's read the meanings out first before we come back. Or let's read the meaning and pick the khabar. Kana nasu yadhunnuna anna fanna tayran najahuhu mustahil. He says people were thinking that the field of aviation, success in it was impossible. What is he saying? That people in the past, they used to think that the field to make success in the field of aviation was in a thing of impossibility. It wasn't possible for us to have flights. Now look at this sentence. Kana nasu yadhunnuna. The word yadhunnuna here is khabar, which is coming as what? Jumlatun fa'liyya for the kana. Then anna fanna tayrani najahuhu mustahil. Najahuhu mustahil is also khabar of anna in this sentence because anna is among the sisters of inna. Wasaru yaskharuna min kulli man yadhallu ya'malu litahqiqi. Because people have this thought that success cannot be made in the field of aviation, they begin, or they were used to making mockery of everyone who consistently and persists in seeing that this thing is achieved. So look at it. Wasaru yaskharun. From sara, the word what? Yaskharuna is khabaru sara. And yadhallu ya'malu. Yadhallu is also among the sisters of kana. So ya'malu is also khabarun fa'liyya. That is a verbal khabar. لأنهم يرون أن الإنسان عزمه محدود. People were on this course, or people were thinking this way because they feel that the determination of the human is limited and what? Truncated. So لأنهم يرون لأن you can see خبر لأن is the word يرون here, which is a فعلية, a جملة فعلية. أن الإنسان عزمه محدود. عزمه is also خبر, but this one is جملة اسمية. وأنه لن يزال على حالته التي خلق عليها ما دام لم يخلق كالطير. And people used to think that the human being will continue to remain in their conditions as long as they were never created like birds. So they felt like, why should a person want to fly? Why would a person want to fly when he wasn't created by God as a bird? This was how shortened the aim and the goal of the human mind was. So look at it. وَأَنَّهُ لَنْ يَزَالَ. Yazala here is what? Among the sisters of Kana. Ala halatihi. Ala and halatihi. This is jarru majrur and they are serving as khabar. Allati khuliqa alayha madama. Another sister of Kana. Lam yukhlaq. This one is what? Jumlatun fa'liyya serving as khabar. ولكن المخترعين آمالهم بعيدة. But the innovators, the inventors, the innovators, their own aim and goal was so distant from what people were thinking. They have this high and lofty goal that they want to achieve, make an achievement in the field of aviation. So ولكن المخترعين آمالهم. آمالهم here is the khabar, but it is coming as what? جملة اسمية. فثابروا حتى تم نجاح الطيران. The innovators, they were persistent. They persisted until they completed the success in the field of aviation. So you can see here we have وَأَصْبَحَ مِنْ أَحْسَنِ وَسَائِلِ الْإِنْتِقَالِ. And the aviation or the flight became the best, or became was now among the best means of transportation. So we can see that asbaha min ahsani. So min ahsani is also the khabar, but this one is the majrur, which is shibhu jumla. واستطاع الطيارون أن يعبروا المحيط الأطلنطي من أمريكا إلى أوروبا. And the pilots, the navigators, the pilots and the navigators, they could now cross the Atlantic Ocean min America ila Europa, from America to Europe. So you can see, you can see bila khawfin, without any fear. كأنهم فوق بساط سليمان, as if they were sitting on the mat of Solomon. So you can see كأنهم فوق there is zarfun. So we have been able to point out all the akhbar, all the predicates which come as sentences or even as the like of sentences in the expression we have read above. Now coming to Tamarin Thani, exercise number 2. We have da jumlatan fa'iliyatan. You are to place a verbal sentence litakuna khabaron, to serve as predicate likana, to the word kana, aw ihda akhawatiha, or one of the sisters of kana, fi kulli mimma yati, the following statements. Just place a verbal sentence to complete the sentences. Here we have kana al-mataru, the rain was yahtilu bishidda, the rain was falling torrentially, the rain was falling with severely. So you can see kana al-mataru, the word yahtilu bishidda, that is a jumlatun fa'iliyya, it completes the sentence. Number 2, we have amsatin najihatu, the successful women, those girls who pass their examination. For example, amsatin najihatu, we can complete it by saying yahtafilna binajahihinna, celebrating their success. So yahtafilna, that is a verb. Next we have la yanfakul kalbu, the dog ceases not to, or ceases not to. The dog is still what? Yambahu alal lususi. The dog was still, or the dog does not cease from barking on the thieves. So yambahu, that is the verb. Next we have number 4, yusbihu sunna'u, we can say yadhabuna ila al-masna. The workers were still going to the factory. So they wake up going, by the time of the morning, the workers were already going to the factory. So you can see yadhabun. Now coming to you can solve the remaining by yourself. Coming to Tamrin Thalith, exercise number 3, we have da jumlatan ismiyatan. You are to place a nominal sentence litakuna khabaron likana, to serve as what? A predicate for what? Kana. Aw ihda akhwatiha, or for any of the sisters of kana in the following. Now, what we have done before was to place a verbal sentence. Now we need a nominal sentence. The first one says lam yakun shari'u, the street was not. How can we complete? We can say masabihuhu muda'a, meaning the street was not, its lights were not illuminated. Masabihu, this is a noun. Next year, amsal falahuna, we can say nashatuhum qalil. You can see the farmers, by the time of the morning, their activeness was small. They were no longer so much active. So nashatuhum, you can see that is a noun. Next we have ma barihatil mumarridatu. The nurses are still we can see amaluhunna khatir, that is their work is still dangerous. The work of the female nurses is still dangerous. Number 4, we have asbahatil hadiqatu azharuha mufattaha. The garden, by the time of the morning, the flowers of the garden were already blossoming. You can solve the remaining following the pattern. Tamrin Rabi, exercise number 4, we have da jumlatan fa'iliyatan litakuna khabaron li inna wahda akhwatiha fi kulli ma yati. You are to place a verbal sentence to complete the following sentences, short sentences which have inna and one of the sisters. We have innal ilma. I can simply say, complete the verbal sentence, innal ilma yanfa'un nasa. Knowledge indeed benefits the people. This is a verb, yanfa'u. Next we have anta dhakiyun lakinnaka. You are brilliant. You are how do we call zakiyun? You are zaki. That is, we are clever. You are clever, but lakinnaka, you can see lakinnaka tal'abu kathira. But you play a lot. Tal'abu kathira. You play a lot. You are clever. Number 3, we have thick. Trust. Trust that the train sick أن القطار يسير سريعا. Trust that the train will move fast. يسير. You can solve the remaining. تمرين الخامس, number 5, we have the instruction ضع جملة اسمية لتكون خبر لإن أو إحدى أخواتها في كل مرة. You are to place now a nominal sentence to complete the inna and its sister sentences. The first one says inna al-qamara. We can say inna al-qamara nuruhu shadidun. The moon, its light is severe. Good. Number 2, we have laytal bi'ra. I can say laytal bi'ra. Okay, we have laytal bi'ra. I can simply say ma'ahu qalil. Can you see? Next we have abi tabibun lakinna muhammadan abuhu muhandisun. My father is a doctor, but Muhammad, his father, is an engineer. Good. Solve the remaining by yourself. Tamrin sadis, exercise number 6. The instruction says ضع جرا ومجرورا ليكونا خبرا في كل جملة من الجمل الآتية. You are to place a preposition and the noun which follows it in the following sentence to serve as predicates. The first one, we have kana al-khadimu. I can say kana al-khadimu fi bayti sayyidihi. The servant was in the house of his master. So fi bayti, that is the khabar. Next we have amsa shurutiyu fil amali. The policeman worked by the time of the evening was at work. Next we have la yanfakul mujrimu fi jarimatihi ala jarimatihi. Mashallah, some remaining by yourself. Tamrin sabi, exercise number 7. The instruction says da' dharfan liyakuna khabaran fi kulli jumlatin min al-jumal al-atiya. You are to place a zarf, that is an adverb, in the following sentences to serve as khabar, predicate. The first one says asbahat tilmizu. Asbahat tilmizu fil fasli. Asbahat tilmizu indal mudarrisi. The pupil by the time of the morning was with the teacher. Next we have alimtu anna al-imtihana ba'da Ramadan. I learned that the examination is after Ramadan. The word ba'da is dissolved and is serving as predicate. Next we have adhati shamsu. Adhati shamsu bayna sahab. That is by the time of the morning, the sun was between the clouds. MashaAllah. Now you can see that the following we have been able to add an adverb to serve as khabar. Coming to Tamrinul Thamin, which is the 8th exercise. The first one, the instruction says Kawin khamsa jumalin tashtamilu kullun minha ala fa'ilin min akhawati kana. You are to form 5 sentences. Each of them should contain a verb among the sisters of kana. Wal khabaru jumlatun fa'iliyya, and the predicate should be a verbal sentence. I can simply say kana Muhammadun yakulu ta'ama. Muhammad was eating the food. So this is a predicate of verb. You can solve the remaining 4. Number 2 says kawin khamsa jumalin tashtamilu kullun minha ala fi'li min akhwati kana. You are also to use one of the sisters of kana to form a sentence, but the khabar should be jumlatun ismiya, a nominal sentence. I can say kana aliyun azmuhu da'ifun. Ali, his determination was weak. Solve the remaining 4 using this pattern. Tamrin al-Thani, exercise number 3, it says kawin khamsa jumalin, form 5 sentences, tashtamilu kullun minha ala fi'li min akhawati kana. Each of them should also have one of the sisters of kana, wal khabaru jarrun majrur. But the khabar, the predicate, should be a preposition with the noun. I can say Kana Khalidun fil mat'am. Khalid was in the dining. That's very easy. Solve the remaining 4. Next one says Kawin khamsa jumalin. Form 5 sentences also. Tashtamilu kullun minha ala fi'lin min akhawati kana. Each of them should contain one of the sisters of kana, which is a verb. Wala khabaru dharfun, and the khabar should at this point be an adverb. I can simply say Kanat Aishatu fawqa shajarat. Aisha was on top of the tree. Good. Number 5, he says Kawin khamsa jumalin tashtamilu kullun minha ala harfin min akhawatihinna. You have now to form 5 sentences. Each of them should contain one of the particles among the sisters of inna. Wal khabaru jumlatun fa'liyya, but the khabar should be a verbal sentence. I can simply say Inna Abbasan, indeed Abbas, yadhhabu ila al-madrasati, is going to the school. Some the remaining. Number 6, we have Kawin khamsa jumalin. Also form 5 sentences. Kullun minha ala harf min akhawati kana. Each of them should have one of the particles of kana, of inna. Wal khabaru jumlatun ismiya, but the khabar should be a nominal sentence. I can also say Inna Abbasan haqibatuhu sagira. Indeed Abbas, his bag is small. Solve the remaining. Next we have Kawin khamsa jumalin tashtamilu kullu minha ala harf min akhwati kana. You also need to use one of the particles of kana. Inna, or of inna, wal khabaru, but the khabar should be a preposition and a noun. I can say Inna Isa fil fasli. Good. Lastly, Kawin khamsa jumalin. You have to form 5 sentences. Tashtamilu kullu minha. Each of them should contain a particle among the particles of inna. Wal khabaru dharfun, but the khabar should be an adverb. I can say Inna Allaha fawqa al-arsh. Indeed Allah is above the arsh. Or let me use this. I can say Inna al-kitaba fawqa al-maktab. Indeed the book is on top of the table. So with this we come to the end of this lesson. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us understanding. Until we meet again, jazakumullahu khairan. Wassalamu alaikum.